was the longest we've ever been away from her, and it gave her that confidence that she could do it. She could be independent. She'll be okay. She'll survive, and she'll have a good time. So we noticed that it was a big jump in confidence for her.
I'm Agnes Stowicki, Managing Editor with Our Kids. We're speaking with insiders from Canada's leading camps and kids programs. This is the Our Kids Insider Perspective.
I think what's unique is that it offers kids who have not left home to do something like this independently, their first chance to do it in a structured way, ideally with friends. And in our case, the campers were fantastic. And so it just offered us a chance where the kids who are ready to show a bit more independence. I know our daughter was at that age where she was kind of teetering on doing things on her own, and this was her first chance to try it, and it gave that opportunity, and she had a really good time.
I think it's a great gateway camp. So if your kids have gone to the day programming camp, to then add in the additional of the overnight, creates a familiarity to it. It's kind of a nice way for your kids to gradually grow. Because we've been day camp participants for a number of years, we were really comfortable with Appleby. We knew what they were going to get. We knew they had amazing counselors, and there was sort of this like higher quality to the camp programming compared to other camps that our kids have been in.
I think for us, it was a few minutes after we checked in. Our daughter was very nervous for the days leading up to it, even though she had a friend that was in the overnight camp, and even though she knew she would be staying in the same room with her friend, we found that there was still a bit of nervousness with her as she was getting closer and closer to the day. And then we found that within checking in, the counselors made it fun instantly and brought the kids in and started talking to them and talking about all the different activities they'll be doing throughout the week and all the fun they'll be having. And so they totally took off that edge and any nervousness there was. And we felt that there was a shift within just a few minutes, and she was actually excited to be there and pretty quickly shooing us away, telling us to go away so she could be with her friends. So yeah, I would say the biggest is confidence. Like I said, we were trying to encourage her as we got closer to that drop-off day, telling her that she would be having fun. And what we found is that as the week went on and when we picked her up, there was an element of confidence there that for the first time, she stayed away from us or lived away from us for a week. It was the longest we've ever been away from her, and it gave her that confidence that she could do it. She could be independent. She'll be okay. She'll survive, and she'll have a good time. So we noticed that it was a big jump in confidence for her.
Well, I think it's definitely helpful if you've been a part of the Appleby community and sent your kids to the day program, because it does become quite gradual to add the overnight component. I think the drivers that got us sort of over the hump and wanted us to encourage our daughter to go to the overnight program was around some of the social skills that we were sure she would gain in that environment, and really the element of independence. And we wanted her to just gain a level of confidence and a sense of, I don't know, it's a sense of confidence really in herself that would be from within her, as opposed to us cajoling that in her. Yeah.
Honestly, for us, it was tremendous value. It felt like we accelerated a lot of the learnings that we wanted her to go through. She's at the age where we always encourage her to do more and more independently. And an event like this, a camp like this, where she's essentially doing everything for herself throughout the week, getting ready herself, at home, even though she knows how to do everything, because mom and dad are home, she tends to rely on us, and this is a way to accelerate that independence. And basically say, like, we're here, obviously, in terms of providing support if something were to happen, but we're not there physically with you. So you need to be independent, take care of yourself. You know how to do all these things, have confidence that you know how to do all these things. And we felt that this was the best way to put her in an environment that's safe, but at the same time, we'll push her to do things that she's not comfortable with.
Well, funny, after we picked up our daughter from Appleby camp, we actually went on a 10-hour road trip. So we got to hear a lot about camp. And she really had nothing but good things to say. She did tons of play-by-play, so it created a lot of fodder because she wasn't used to being away from us for that long. But you could just tell in the way that she was retelling stories, giggling about things that happened. Like, it was a really good experience for her. She really took to a lot of the counselors that were there. So that was really nice to hear. And I guess the biggest endorsement for the camp is she wants to go back. So I'm sure she'll be returning.
And also just the confidence to make friends. So like I said, she knew her best friend was going to be there, so that there was always this anchor of support. There was always going to be someone to rely on. But as soon as we picked her up, she was excited to tell us and introduce us to her new friend that she met. Even the fact that some of the other campers are not local. In her particular case, she met somebody who lived in the States, and before that came from South America, and so gave her a tremendous amount of background of what it's like to live in a different place. And all of a sudden she felt excited that she's got a friend who doesn't even live in Canada anymore, and they're keeping in touch. And so just building that network, building that skill on how to make connections and have a conversation with somebody. And even after the camp, what are the things that you need to do to maintain that friendship? So she was really excited about that.
Maybe on the overcoming what helps parents overcome any hesitation they might have is the location. So I know that Appleby now has a northern location, but one thing that helped us sort of feel really comfortable about this overnight experience was actually the fact that it was on the Oakville campus. And living close by just made us feel more comfortable that if anything went wrong, and nothing did, we were not even 10 minutes away. So that there's an element of comfort that comes with knowing that. So even though she was really close to home, she didn't feel like she was close to home because she was, I don't know, out on a lake boating and doing all the things you would do in a northern camp, but with the comforts of it being, well, for me anyways, the comforts of it being really close to home.
For more information about this program, you can visit their profile at OurKids.net.